Alright, no problem. Let's just get that up and running. And then obviously Ash, my suggestion is we go into a party and we talk through so we don't disturb the guys. Or they mute us. There we go. That's better. Yeah, well, I'm gonna see now. I'm just going on. Obviously, we've been broadcasting for a couple of minutes now. I just want to see the channel. It does seem to be on. Now, I just want to see the channel. It does seem to be on. Are you talking? Let me just see. Okay, so there is a setting that you need to do on your in the party, okay? What you do is in your this is your party, eh? So what you do is you go into party settings and allow all always allow. Yeah? Yeah. And allow all always allow. Yeah? Yeah.
Nothing coming through there.
Nothing.
Damn it.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's go into party chat,
No game chat.
game chat, and see if that comes through.
Alright.
There we go. I can hear you. There we go. I can hear you. Ash, we're gonna have to go back into the party, yeah? Out. Ash, we're gonna have to go back into the party, yeah? Out. I'm trying to get it to work, my mate.
Can you hear some people's voices in the chat? Oh, you didn't.
Yeah, I
That's in the
can't hear
game
him.
chat.
Yeah, he's in game chat anyway, so.
No, but
But on your settings,
none of
you've
these
allowed it
voices.
in, eh?
Yeah, I've allowed my party settings.
And you've allowed your voice to be broadcasted. You've given that authority.
Yes, I've given it authority.
Okay.
I will just double check everything again. Sharing and broadcast. Share button, view clips, screenshots, broadcast settings. That's me when I'm broadcasting, right? So audio sharing, include microphone audio in broadcast, share party audio. So when you're broadcasting, you know why? I think, let me just see.
You're on, bro. I can hear you.
I'm on. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Let me put my James Bond voice on. Beautiful.
Hey! Awesome.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's get this party started. I don't know what you did, Chevy, but thank you.
Yeah, I think I just made a bit of a change, but anyway, we're just waiting for the guys to line themselves up. They're busy getting, obviously, what's coming down on the rock, the race of champions.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see as Dylan is discussing with who's challenging who in the first races. I think we just missed that part there by trying to set up the link. But hopefully, definitely we'll have some epic races tonight.
Yeah, so it's quite a spectacle of what's actually happening this evening. I mean, there is
Yep.
quite a bit of racing, and we need to obviously see who is going to be taking on who. And it's on a log system, and basically what's going to happen, it's going to boil down from one side to the other, and eventually there will be a runner-up, a final, right to the very end. So it's going to be quite
Yeah,
interesting.
that's correct. And we also have a chance for guys who have lost. They get a second chance to come back and try and find their way to a final,
Oh, that's
which
great.
is going to also end up with a runners-up challenge between two drivers, which is going to be fantastic. And there we have our lineup of drivers, Savvy.
Okay. There's somebody, it looks as though he's very much bouncing around. Can you see that?
Don't
It's a
tell me
little
they're
bit
disconnecting.
scary. There's,
They're disconnecting.
okay.
They're
So,
disconnecting.
okay. So basically they're disconnecting, and there's two guys that are going to be on the track, isn't it?
Yeah, two at a time. And I've
so
been disconnected now quickly. I'm also out of it. Just give me a sec. See if I can get back in there. Are you still in the lobby?
I'm still in the lobby.
Fantastic.
So it's lap 1 of 2 currently. It looks like it's Mimo
Yeah,
and
Memo, he's
and
with
Bruno.
Bruno. Yeah.
So it's Mimo and Bruno. Are you back in? That's the important one.
Yeah, I'm back in, but now I can only spectate, which is fine. I'm loading in.
100%. So basically, they're going
When,
to be driving and obviously putting up the quickest times, or is it
mm,
around actually they start from the starting line and then race around the track, putting
yeah,
up the
2 laps.
fastest times?
No, it's about 2 laps. First across the line wins.
Ah, okay.
So that winner of that race will then move on to the second round of knockouts, and the loser will go down to another group of races, which they will challenge the losers from the other side of our little table that we have here in front of us. I'm not sure if we can show the viewers that. But yeah, so the losers will also get a second chance to have a crack at winning the Race of Champions.
Ah, okay. So that's how it works.
Yeah.
So the race has started.
No, this is just
A bit
Bruno
of a
doing, I
practice.
think it's Bruno. Is this Bruno?
Yeah, there's Bruno and Mimo.
Yeah, yeah. And so this is the memo that we're looking at. And what I think they're doing just a warm-up lap. Or
Okay.
his memo, it shows that the race is completed. What's going on here? I think there's a problem here.
I saw it here disconnected. Oh, that's why.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
No, everybody retired, so we get to do this again.
So, okay. Dylan, your voice is coming through on the stream, so you are able to give a bit of a chat on what's going on as well.
All right, cool. Yeah, I've actually disconnected from the party. So if someone can just send me an invite, please.
From the lobby.
Yeah, I disconnected from the lobby.
Okay, I'll send you one now.
Okay, then you can actually come into this party chat and you can obviously discuss. And we got 3 voices going over what's actually happening at the moment.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'll definitely join you guys there.
Okay.
Okay, I'll send you an invite.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we can't have the organizer not a part of the racing, so that's why we need to send him an
Definitely
invite.
not.
And I mean, it's quite crazy what's going on. So
yeah, it's the first of its kind on Project Cars, I think.
Well, that's great news. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
breaking ground.
Yes.
We're breaking
And
ground here.
he's done a fantastic job by organizing this and setting up the table. I mean, I went through it with him earlier, and there's so much science that went behind it, how to work out the table, the winner, the knockout, and there's a lot of thought that went into this, and I think one can appreciate Dylan.
Okay, but I think what we
done.
need to do, Ash, is actually tell the guys what are going on. I mean, I've got some guys in the chat, obviously wanting to know exactly what's going on. So basically, this is the Race of Champions on Project Cars, and basically it's been set up by Sarco, and we have a number of races that are taking place this evening. And what actually happens, it's a knockout session. So you've got 2 races on the track at the same time. They race one another, and then basically what happens, we whittle it down to the top performers, and there are different cars that are selected for the guys by the race organizers, and then they then make it through to the last and final heat. So it's assorted cars that are going to be presented to the drivers. Setups are standard. So Wes is obviously asking, he says, what are we watching? That's what we're watching.
Yeah, I think I should have the comment section open as well, so that I can try and give the guys some feedback.
So the guys that are watching the stream, thanks very much for joining us. Push it out to everybody you can, so we can try and fill up the chat as well, and we can, myself and Ash, that's Savvy and Ash, we'll be here to give you some input of what's actually taking place amongst the drivers. As you can see, the Porsche has been selected right now. That's the 911 GT3 RS. So that's going to be on there. It's the RB8
Beautiful car.
class.
Beautiful car. I've given this one myself a go with the guys, and it's a really fantastic car to drive. And I think it's going to be a very tight race. Whoever gets to go with us first, which I'm assuming it is Bruno and Memo again, which will be on the track at the same time, trying to beat each other. It's not about time, it's about who crosses the line first, and they only have 2 laps to do it in. And obviously the winner goes on to the next round, as we will see. Who else do we have here? Oh yeah, I just wanted to go through the drivers that is taking part. Do you have that there with you, Savvy? Savvy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry about that. I had the mic switched
No
off.
worries.
So basically what we can do, Ash, if we look right now on the screen, we can see Ross, we can see Rudy, Jakes, we can see Mal, Dylan, Bruno, Andrew, who's Amber there. You're not taking part because you're with me.
Nope.
And then we have Duke, we have RVR.
Ronaldo. That's
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Obviously, and then we have Marius. Yes, of course, you have my approval to start. Then we got Quicksilver, Turbo Charles. He's also taking part this evening. Let me just scroll it a little bit down so you can see who's here. And Savvy, who's myself, and then you got 8 Awesome as me. We got
His name
Memo.
is Jolin.
So Jolin is also there, and then we've got SR V-Dubber.
V-Dubber, that would be Gerard.
So Gerard is there as well, and as I said, we'll be pushing this out. Nice to see. Yep, there we go. Savvy Lekker, that's from Dying Dutchman, who's going to be joining the Project Cars group as well very, very soon.
Oh, wow.
He's an avid driver, and
Nice.
also he wants to be a part of this. He's just got to get his rig set up again. He packed it away.
Okay.
He didn't realize we do have online racing in South Africa, so that's
Wow.
good for us. Yeah. So we got a very avid audience at the moment, looking at some of the
Nice.
guys. Back in the boys, Rudy and Be Awesome. That's
Jolan.
from Johan.
Yeah, Jolin. What's going on, Dylan? You guys getting disconnected, I see.
Sorry, gentlemen, we are just encountering a bit of a problem. Is that with me having disconnected, Jakes was not able to start the race, so we've had to redo a lobby. So sorry about the continued delay.
No problem. I'm sure the guys will stick with us. We've got a couple of guys on anyway having a look. And obviously, I mean, there are delays. I mean, this is what it's all about. And the sort of technology we're using at the moment, we're going to have the strange things happen to us. So we just need to be prepared. So we can, so basically what you're going to do, Dylan, is just start another lobby. The stream will continue. We'll just join back on that, so there won't be any missing there. And we'll go from there, yeah?
I'm pretty sure Dylan he's probably back in the lobby. No, he's not yet. But speaking of the drivers that is taking part of this race of champions, it's basically drivers that has always been part of Sarco for a while, and they all know each other pretty well, and so the competition within is quite hectic, and so we should see some really fantastic racing tonight. Even though it's just 2 laps, it's probably going to be the most intense laps that they've had so far. Telling us he just started a new lobby now, so we're all just getting back into this new lobby. Hopefully we can get something going. Watching the screen with names and cars on it, we want to see some movement. I will go through the drivers as soon as they take part in the first race, and I'll give you some feedback from who they are, what they've won, and maybe which areas they are from. If you are a viewer, maybe guys can try and reach out to the organizers of Sarco to join this fantastic racing and fantastic championship. To come and have some fun, some online fun in yesterday. You can see some great online fun in South Africa, especially with the...
Yeah, I see there's a comment there for you, Ash.
There's a comment there for me? Why are you smiling like that? Why are you smiling like that?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Nassim, she says, nice to hear Ash being civil. I mean, that's great. Hey. Who puts comments like
fantastic.
that up, eh?
Nice. Oh, that's Naeem. Good buddy.
Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, you know, obviously Ross just asked big storm in SA today, causing havoc. You're damn right. We are experiencing some really... I mean, I've just flown back from Cape Town to do the commentary this evening. So, yeah, I'm back in Johannesburg. And let me tell you, flying, obviously, with our national airline, it was a bit hair-raising, but I tell you what, the pilot did a fantastic job of putting us on the ground. So,
awesome.
I could make it.
Perfectly in tuning the car, and he just took it to another level in terms of being able to bring all those components together for a single performance in a single moment.
Is it asking me for approvals? Hopefully not.
It was asking me, so it should have asked you. This is a new lobby. Yeah, okay, yep. We're loading in again.
But we should be loading in. And it should be pretty much...
yeah, so the track is Circuito International, which is in Japan. I see there's some cloud to be expected. This is a short version of the Circuito GP track, which is a nice twisty, turny track. Some fast turns and some really tight corners. We should see some hair-raising moments here as well.
Bearing in mind, this track is actually on Project Cars, and it's based on a real-life track, but with slight differences because obviously they don't have the license. But I mean, we know which track it is.
Spot on. It's pretty spot on.
Yeah, I mean there are. I mean, I've driven that track in Japan in a Formula One car, so I'm talking about Formula One. But yeah. I know you know the track I'm talking about. But I mean, it's pretty much there. There is a slight change towards
I think we're starting with Rudy and Gerard.
So, and they're away. Here we go. It's Rudy.
up front.
It's definitely Rudy there. And let's go to the front runner, who's Mr.
Gerard.
V-Dubber.
Yep.
SR V-Dubber coming in. He's in the black Porsche. And it is 1 lap based on that.
Yeah, so they have to do 2 laps of this race. And first across the line, remember, he's the winner. It's not about time. Although if you do set a good time, that's probably help you in your favor, but you need to come across that line in first place.
That's what it's all about.
It's, like I said, this Porsche is going to be really, really fantastic. Some epic
And it is pretty close racing.
Yeah.
And I tell you what we should do, if we can, and I think if I'm looking at what we're... Okay.
Oh, lovely. This is a lovely inside of the squad. The squad also sounds
Opa!
really amazing inside. Yeah, corner nicely on the inside there, missing the apex.
You can see in the rearview
But
mirror.
he's got it, and I think that's Rudy that slid out. Yeah, Rudy lost it.
Did Rudy lose it?
Yeah, he lost it there on that corner. It's a very tricky corner there.
So a little bit too much power, I think, at this point in time to come back.
Yeah, he was chasing.
Here's that little... There's Rudy. He's a little bit behind there. He's not far behind.
Yeah, I thought it was further, but okay. Down the straight, and then we will probably, we'll be crossing the finishing line, yeah. Gerard takes that one, well done.
Yeah, trying to catch up there, you know?
Yeah, he was a bit too close, and I think he maybe outbraked himself. And losing obviously the balance of the car, but well done to Gerard. So that's race number 1 done.
Yeah, so Gerard picks that up. He moves up. So Rudy's not actually out the race now. He goes down into the next table to challenge the loser of the next race, my understanding.
That's correct. But that race will only take place once all the drivers got their first chance.
Yeah.
And then the losers will be able to try and catch up to the winners.
Super.
And become winners themselves.
So here goes the next car, which is the Toyota, and it's the GT 86.
That's correct. Slower car, not like the Porsche. Definitely not like the Porsche, but it also needs some handling, some care. You need to take your corners very carefully because it can also, the rear can come out as well. I've just driven this thing with Dylan the other night, and it's also a fun car to drive, very fun. But we're definitely going to see a bit of a slower race. And I think we're going to have also just a tight race as well for this car. Just want to see who is going to be racing next.
Some guys obviously commenting that they were left out of the roster here this evening.
I don't think so.
I don't think that was our intention. There was a bit of time to register for this.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Dio Ross for the win. That's Sharks for Mullen. Commenting there. So his money is on D. or Ross, or Dr. Ross, as they call him. Scottish international.
Yeah, it's always good that we have some talent coming from across the water. From the little island.
Oh, my screen is going a bit weird.
Mine as well, a little bit, but I think it's the guys backing out. Hopefully,
Yeah,
it's going to get
I
better.
can't see who's racing here, but it looks like there's 3 drivers on my screen. Oh, come on.
There we go.
Yes, okay. Stabilizing. I'm looking at a garage door, but okay, let's go.
It's actually the roof, I think, at this point in time.
Okay, so we got Ross and Durkee.
I tell you. Let's put it back in. There we go. I had to just do that quickly.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we got Durkee up ahead of Ross, Dr. Ross. Looking at Apex a bit tight there, Ross, but okay.
Yeah, I
Whatever
think.
gets you there.
Yeah, let's put that view back on there. Yeah, we're on board with Ross at the moment. He's got a bit of catching up to do. And hopefully he can do that. Oh, it's a bit of a tight one. He's a bit wide there.
But he managed to save it nicely. But does have a weird transmission second gear, so far away from your third gear, so you're always tending to cut out your second gear. Turkey's making a bit of a gap now, about 2.7 seconds. Just not done and dusted yet. They both got penalties there. Oh, Ross, can you hold it? He does. He's holding on for dear life right now. He's got to make this corner work for him. And he just misses. That's a tough one there, Ross. I think Turkey's got this one in the bag. He's got his 3 points in his bag.
So Dirk, yes, one of the champions of Sarco on the, I think it was the BMW 002, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you are correct there, my friend.
Yeah, so so there is talent in the room there, both of them, very talented drivers, as you mentioned, international versus local, and I'm sure that the guys on the stream are going to be rooting for the local. Sorry about that, Ross, but that is the case.
Lucky boy. But I think we're also having some issues with the starts, because it's causing havoc in the lobby. But nonetheless, decent racing. Unlucky Ross, but it's not over yet for him. He gets to go to the losers round and get another chance.
Yeah, I think obviously, yes, we are also supporting the European drivers as well. So you're absolutely right. If you're in Europe, go for Europe. If you're in SA, put a thumbs up, and you'll see the African drivers competing here this evening. So remember, you are watching the Race of Champions, which has been set up by obviously Sarco for this evening. Great to have you on board. Thank you for joining us in the live stream. And you can see exactly what cars are going to be chosen right now. It looks like it is a Lamborghini that's going to be put onto the track, and we'll see who has been nominated to drive against who.
This is the Super Trofeo Lamborghini. Absolutely beautiful car to drive. Makes a beautiful sound, but it does tend to oversteer. But and seeing that this is such a tight track, it's gonna make it also very interesting for the drivers to see if they can manage it on that tight little hairpin there. Let's see who's next.
Yeah, I mean, looking at obviously the setups in the project cars to format, I mean, these cars are pretty realistic to drive under these conditions. And lots of fun, especially if you've got a rig and a good rig. They give you that natural feedback as well as the realism of driving one of these supercars. So it is the Hurricane ST Lamborghini, and yep, 15 drivers on the roster out of 18, and fair to watch who's up next. Who's going to be challenging whom? Yes, I like the comment. Yeah, they are in Europe until the bricks. Well, watching what's happening, it looks as though that Parliament did vote against the removal of the bricks. So who knows if they're going to be staying in at the moment. I think there's a lot. We're under 1 second to go, and we're loading into the next race here. And let's see who it is. Who's versing who this evening?
I see that Memo has left a comment here for you, Savvy.
Really? Oh, I probably forgot Greece. Knowing Memo, it was. I didn't say anything about Greece, but he is an international driver as well from Greece. Awesome.
Alright, so looks like it is Jakes and Ronaldo that are up next. Yep. We got Jakes in the front there, the black and the white, his famous colors.
Yeah, he loves those colors, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, here
Ronaldo's
we go.
Trying to he's just got to line up, and there we go.
Good, absolute great breakaway there. And this is going to be a close one. I tell you what, this is going to be a close one, this.
Definitely.
We're on board with Jakes. Let's move back.
This is that back corner I've been talking about. It's gonna get a bit area, they need it to stick. And Ronaldo takes that corner very well. Here we go, here's that tight hairpin to the right.
And this is a fantastic view of Jake's just ahead.
Yeah.
Can he come back?
Jake's in the grass there a little bit. Just maintain his speed. Ronaldo still being able to stay in that slipstream. As he gets into this long right-hander.
Yeah, he's got to watch himself, put those gears through, look for a gap at least. But very nicely held on there.
Well done.
I'm going to have to change headsets in a second.
Alright. Touching that apex here, Ronaldo, well done. Track is also very tight, there's very little space to overtake. Lucky Ronaldo. That's just what the score does sometimes. You just don't know when it's gonna let go, and it went there for him, and I think it's also because he was in that slipstream and might have went a little bit too hard on the brakes. But he did absolutely fantastic there. Well done to Jakes for well done. Unlucky Ronaldo. And we move on to I think it would be.
So he was a little bit unlucky there, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think we. This was Jakes and Ronaldo, so this was Jakes over here. So far, we have Gerard, Turkey, that has gone through, and Jakes. So Gerard, Turkey, and Jakes. Next up is the Ford Fusion NASCAR, and this is a beast of a car.
I think the common ground would be called wicked, because this thing is wicked to drive. Unforgiving. Unforgiving. It is a real wicked beast.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Whoever gets this car is... they gotta just hold on tight. Hold on tight, boy. Fusion frustration, says Memo. Let's see what is that. That should be around. Yeah.
There's a shout out to TBH from one of the guys on the live stream. Yeah, frustration. You're right. Fusion frustration. All good and well. So there's all the drivers.
Well done. Definitely.
Oh,
and our screen goes a bit crazy.
Yeah, it's because we are watching the guys leaving, so it's trying to put us back in there. So I figured that out.
This is what we call the race of champions. It's Dylan versus Turbo Charles.
Turbo Charles, yeah. Oh, Charles. I call him Charles.
Charlie boy.
Oh, Charlie. Great driver. Also has taken the Sarco Championship before as well in, I think it was in the Reynolds if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Renault
And
the BMW.
the BMW.
He's a double two-time champion.
He's a two-time champion.
champion.
So Dylan's got
Right.
his hands full this evening. That's for damn sure. So yeah, it's
I think they
obvious.
both have their hands full with this car. So it's actually that's what's going to make this race fantastic. Is who can control this beast of a car.
Yeah.
Alright, and I think we're gonna first line up. We're gonna first line up next to each other, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah, I'm just pulling that there.
Yeah,
Lining up. Okay, here we go. And they're away. Let's see that.
Kickstart.
And it is. Oh, Dylan, where are you? Dylan's gone farming. And that's the thing. That's the thing about this car. Let's quickly, unlucky for Dylan there. Let's just go push on to Turbo Charles. He's probably got a feather under his foot controller this evening. Just making sure he doesn't depress too hard, because that certainly does that car.
He doesn't have to push too hard right now because he's got a 6-second gap, so he can take easy while Dylan tries to catch up, and that's going to cause even more havoc for Dylan if he does push it too hard.
Yeah, I think just having a look at trackside there, you can see the distance already in that Ford Fusion. And
that was
car number 17.
But this is the car. This is this car. It doesn't want to brake. It doesn't want to take corners. It's really hard to drive.
Well, let's go back down. I mean, the Turbo Charles is right out in front. Former race driver. And also featured on the South African circuit in the real world. Oh, you see, there we go, Dylan.
Not his favorite corner.
I just want to say that Dylan drives a Formula One car much better than this car. And I mean, we mentioned it right from the very beginning. I mean, this is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
And I know that Dylan did have some foot problem a while back, and I hope that's not playing into this. This is what happens when you go and play indoor soccer and you break your foot. You don't know how much, or you break your toe. You don't know how much pressure you're putting down. Maybe I'm teasing him too much at this point in time, but yeah. And I mean, Rudy puts on that NASCAR is not an easy car. No, we agree 100% with you, Rudy. As I mentioned right at the beginning, it's an absolute monster. Seems as though Turbo Charles has taken that up and done very nicely there. So congratulations to Turbo Charles there. He did that in a 1 minute. 1 minute. 108, and then the other, Dylan came back 18 seconds behind him on that one. 18 seconds.
And we got a fan for Bruno as well. Carmen. Saying hello to Bruno there with a couple of 100s next to her. I'm not sure what that means, but okay.
Yeah, Carmen sort of joins us quite often when Bruno's racing. A big supporter of Bruno. So,
lovely.
Yeah, thanks, Carmen, for joining the live stream. Always great to have you guys with us. Ladies and gents, so that's a good thing. We like our supporters. We definitely have some great support for Sarco and what's actually taking place. And this evening's event, quite interesting. I mean, the Race of Champions this evening. And demonstrating what the guys can do possibly. Was Dylan in his natural green? I think he was, wasn't he? Yes, he was.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was some green
there
in
was
there.
some green
Yeah,
in
there
there.
was some green.
Yeah, the green
There did be some
Mambas.
green in there.
Yeah, the green Mambas.
There
What
we
team
go.
is Turbo Charles racing for? I know he's
For Tosco.
There we go.
Tosco Racing.
Tosco Racing. So obviously a bit of a chat going on. Who's next? I don't know what. Oh, okay. It's the Clio. The Clio
Cup, yeah.
Yeah, the Clio Cup car, which is obviously a Renault. And yeah, it's from the TC1 class this evening. As I mentioned, guys, if you are watching the stream, please send it out to your mates who would be interested, or your friends who would be interested in watching the stream. It would be great to have them watching us. I think what I need to do is just push the stream address out to all the other parties that are in this evening.
Yeah.
So I just got to make sure we're on the right car. Yes, we're on Dupe at the moment. So is it Dupe? I think he's in.
Yeah, I didn't get the list of the drivers, so I'm not too sure who's next, but we'll have a look. Clio Cup car, fantastic little thing. It's very powerful. I think the main thing here on this one is just to keep your foot down, honestly, and it will take you around that corner. It's also got a happy tail end, but if you keep your foot down, you should be okay. I think this is Marius's favorite car. In terms of the smaller cars. And then I think, who didn't we have yet? We didn't have Dupi, we didn't have D, we did not have Andrew.
Okay.
I think it's between and Mao. We didn't have those guys yet. Am I missing someone? I don't see Bruno in that list.
Well, I've got Andrew, I've got Memo, Marius, I've got Jacques S, Dupe, Ross, I think Jakes, Bruno, Yolan, as you've already mentioned, Ronaldo, Rudy, Gerard, D, Dylan, Charles, and Dirk. 16 drivers. And obviously going like crazy at the moment. So I don't know who's on. I can see all the guys leaving at the moment. So we're down to 2 drivers. It looks like it's Amber who's Andrew. He's a part of the Green Mambas for 2018. He's still in the Mambas stable. He joins Jason at the moment. Was Doopy racing away there? Did he give any time to Amber?
No, I don't think so.
Hold on there. I think that needs to be looked at, because on the basis of he just had a 2-second start there. A little bit of eager beaver there.
Yeah,
he's
waiting now.
Now we go.
Now. Okay.
There we go. There we go. I think
well done, Doopy.
Yeah, nicely done, Dupes. Yeah, I think that was the way.
Give him a penalty there.
Yeah, I think he would have had a penalty, but you can see he's coming in quite nicely there.
Yeah.
Andrew's looking for at least a gap. And I tell you what now, Dupe has to make sure that he keeps that car on the track, because if he makes any mistakes, I think old Andrew's going to come past him. Oh, there we go. There it is. There he is. He's come through. And I think,
save it though.
Yeah, that's what happens now. Coming through. He's got a bit of a way to catch up now. And nicely done. Nicely done by Andrew. He was pretty much looking for that opportunity, I think, and just pushing back to Andrew there. And it looks as though it's not really a great distance from what we're looking at. I think it's under 1 second. So it is going to be a closey, this one.
Well, it's 0.5 of a second, and it's not even tight as 0.2 now.
Yeah, so here we go. It's going to be absolutely awesome.
In the rear end there. And it's like I said, this car is quite loose, so you can lose it quite easily.
Yeah, so here we go. Doopy on board with Doopy. Screaming down. Oh, he's gone the wrong way. There we go. He's gone the wrong. Oh no! Both of them, Andrew and Doopy, making some serious errors there. Where is he? Oh, he's a little bit behind now. Almost 4 seconds.
I think that's it for Andrew.
Yeah, I think Andrew, unfortunately, thought he was doing the Suzuka short. And it did trouble him there. But it looks as though from one leader to another. And, I think very, very, very hard saw at the moment. Knowing what was going on there. So, hard lines. Hard lines there from what we saw.
But I think it was mostly him losing the rear tire there. And that's what took him the other way as he hit the apex. And that's why it looked like he was going the other way, but he actually lost some grip there. And I just took him out completely. And like I said, this car is very tricky. As tiny as it may seem, it's probably
NASCAR. I think Doopy would have preferred the V8 supercar because he was the champion with Turbo Turtle Racing.
Yes.
So I think he's basically sort of saying, why didn't you give me the damn V8? I would have been happier with that because I can race those damn things.
It's not all gone and lost yet. You might still get it. And whoever's going to be up against him will be up against it because he's quite good with the V8s, as you've mentioned.
Absolutely. So just looking down the line there, I mean, obviously quite a lot of races already happened this evening. And we've obviously had some great interest from our audience at the moment. So that's also great to see.
Fantastic comments coming through.
Yeah, always good.
So I think next we've got D and possibly D and normal. I think that might be the two. And we're driving the rally car super light.
The RX super lights. Oh, I love these. I actually like the WRX. The cross format. Many would want to shoot me down at the moment because I like driving the Mini.
It's a tough car to drive though. I'm not sure how you get that right.
Oof, I love it, man. It's got such power, puts you around there. And then most of the other guys, they like the Honda when they're racing that particular one. But this is the RX. This is the Mini supercar light version of that. So these guys, I always look at this car and feel that half the car is missing because it's got a very sharp back end. You know what I mean? Where's the rest of the car, guys? But I know around this track it's going to be a little bit interesting because it is the short version, and obviously if you know the track, you'll be able to keep it on quite nicely. So this is going to be an exciting one as well, I think. But
definitely.
Lots of variations, though, Ash. Lots of variations.
Definitely. It's going to be a tight one as well. We just want to see who are the two challenges for this one. I'm getting invites here from Jake's. I'm just gonna hear what he has to say, and then you can just invite me back.
Sure, 100%, man.
Cool.
I'll just open the party up so we can do
Yeah,
that.
open it up.
Quickly.
Cool.
Well, you open it up because before you leave. Just open it up before you leave. Yeah.
Alright, I'll be right back.
No worries, man. No worries. So let's see if we can get to the front of the pack. Be awesome as me. There is that synchronization. There's going to be a little bit of a drive up to the line. And then wait on the line before they take off. So there we go. And they are away at the moment. A little bit... Ooh. I'm waiting to see now what's going to be happening now. D has already taken off like a bullet. And I think this is where it comes down to who was waiting for who at the moment. But nicely done in this little pocket rocket. Going away and... oh, there we go. Obviously having a look. Coming around, there we go. Now they're starting. So lots of energy in this little car. That's for damn sure. And then obviously pushing away and away they go. That's where they normally make the mistake, but I'm sure they're going to be keeping this on. Nice little overview from D as well as B Awesome at the moment. Thoroughly enjoying this little car. It does tend to turn on a very tight turning circle, this one. Oh, a little bit of a hello, I'm here. So, yeah, a little bit of control, looking for control. And as you can see, we're on board with D at the moment. Looking to see where he can take the opportunity on Be Awesome as me. There it is. There seems to be a disconnect that has happened, unfortunately. So, D looks as though he's been disconnected, so the win will go to Be Awesome as me. And that should be done and dusted for Be Awesome as me. So Dylan's just posted new starting procedure, 15 seconds pull off. Okay, so that's an interesting one. I mean, he is going to be communicating hopefully to everybody about that change in the procedure. So we will be taking care of that. So yeah, Johan, thanks very much. We did have a shout out for the boys, Savvy and Ash, and Rudy and Be Awesome. They're going to clean up. So yep, we're going to see if that's going to happen. I see it. Obviously, Be Awesome has just cleaned up D at the moment, and obviously very nice. There we go.
Very nice sliding across the finish line, and that has now been completed. Sector, here we go. Next in line for a shave is the next two competitors who are going to be racing against one another here on the Rock Championship, which is the Race of Champions. Fairly new in South Africa, an idea brought to by Sarco. Obviously, great to see some innovations. We're going to the KTM, and this is a real little pocket rocket, 800 cc's of pure instant power at your fingertips, and I can tell you now, you're able to do a bit of a run on this vehicle. I'd love to have one of these, but I'm afraid my wife wouldn't allow me to have one. So next up is Jacques and Dupe, which is great for us. And I tell you what, here we go. This is going to be exciting to watch. Thanks, Dylan, for the posting. That's obviously going to give us a clear indication of who's doing what. And let me see. Just have a crossover from there. Hello. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. I'm not sure what happened there, but the party is not exist anymore. Anyway.
Oh, that's not good. But anyway, we're back on the line watching. It is Mario and Mal. Marius and Mal that is racing at the moment. So Marius leading. I was just commenting about this particular little pocket rocket from KTM. I mean, yes. I think it's got an 800cc motor in it, motorcycle engine.
Yeah.
And I tell you what an absolute dream to drive.
Really love and enjoy driving this thing. And it sticks on the road, not all over the place. And that's why I think it's going to be a little bit hard here for Jacques to catch up with Marius. Because,
there we go. He connected the wall. Now he's in trouble. Now he has to definitely. So there you go.
Apologies, Marius. And Jacques takes the lead. And just like that, this race
I'm going to say that was the commentator's wrath. Or should I say curse? That was the commentator curse you just put on Marius at the moment. You can't say things like that. You know what I mean? That's just going to make it all go wrong.
Okay. I've got to learn.
Absolutely. You don't say, look, he's far ahead and he's going to get away with things. You just saw what happened there. But anyway, look, let's go back. Let's go back now. I mean, here we have, there's Marius at the moment. He's obviously pulled back. Here's Mal at the moment. Mal's screaming ahead. He's not even, you know.
He just needs to get it past this
Turbo, what's it? Turbo Turtle Racing. There we go.
Yep.
Right.
Looks like Sharks is taking this one. Well done.
Yeah, there we go. I'm going to take a quick break. I think you can continue a little bit without me. I'll be back.
100%. There we go. Well done to Jacques for winning that one. Unlucky for Marius hitting that barrier there. I think he just lost it there at the end. Trying to stick it too early into that corner. And